Hey, Rebels. Okay, so I thought we should look at, although it is not July and it's not December, that we should look at Christmas. What gifts is coming your way? But not what gifts is coming your way. Let's look at how it is that others are perceiving your gifts. Hmm. So, Spirit, what are people thinking of the Rebels' gifts? Okay, all right. They feel like you're birthing something. All right. Let's see. You said, no, you said over here. I don't even know what that card is. All right. Okay, all right. Yep, it's a whole bunch of okays and all rights. Like, shut up, just get to the read. No, nope, okay. And then we're gonna put this over here and over here because we want to get a clear vision. Oh, we want to get a clear vision of what it is that other people feel about your gifts, right? What they feel about your gifts. Now, this is not to say that they know what is happening or that they have any idea of what you've been having going on, but just what do they think of you, right? So here at the bottom, you have the nine of candles. And notice in this illustration that he's carrying a lot of bags. He's been doing the shopping, looking, paying attention to other things, but not even realizing one of his bags has bust. This read, I will just be going off of the illustrations, so bear with me and do also as well. However you interpret what you see, you know your life better than I do, right? Spirit is just here to assist with what you may not be paying attention to because though you know your life, you may not be looking at all the fine print and the details. So, what people are thinking about you and your gifts and what it is that they are perceiving to be the details that they are perceiving them to be is that you are carrying a lot of baggage and that you are not paying attention to what all is going on around you, what is happening, and that you are so easily distracted that you don't realize how much you have dropped the ball on what they would have done, what they would have got, what they would have wanted for you, right? So, here at the beginning of the read with the four candles, they feel like that you should be grateful for everything that you got, any little bit that they're willing to offer you. I see you being this young lady right here who's just smiling at what has been presented to be your table, but it's not your table. Realize that that is a child. So, though that child lives in that household, and that child would perceive the home to be their home, this isn't that child's table. That's their parents' table. So they feel that you should be grateful for whatever it is that they give to you because you're not mature enough to be receiving whatever idea you have in your head of what structure actually is. They feel that you are dreaming and that you are making a whole lot of wishes for things that would never come because though you may not be able to see it, let me bring it in. This is a starless sky. All right. So you know how they say, they're wishing upon a star. They feel that you are not only wishing upon a starless sky, but that you are looking out into the world, looking at what other people have, wishing that you had what other people have because they notice what you lack and where you lack. Though for you, what their interests are may not actually be your interests. And I'm hearing they actually aren't your interests. They feel that due to this tree being outside of the household, they feel that you yearn for something more, that you just do not realize how accessible in reach what you want actually is for you. They feel that you're putting in a lot of hard work for things and that you're not finishing anything, that you are the one who not only invests a lot of your time in things that are pointless, they feel that you are the one who is pretty much the cleanup crew, that you think about the good times that you've had with people, not realizing that they have all left to go to another party and that they're all celebrating with each other, and that you sit at home alone wishing that you can be with them. They feel that you have the potential to birth something, but that you just don't see yourself the way that they see you. So therefore, you don't realize your purpose or your cause of the attentions that you should actually be striving for. And that if you would only see that what you have now is good enough and just find a way to be happy with that, that you would be perfectly fine. But they realize that you're perfectly fine being, well, not that you're perfect, they assume that you are making yourself believe that you are perfectly fine being by yourself, because you have this fool's idea of that you can birth something more, something better. Well, they just want you to sit your ass down, do whatever it is that they want you to do, because as you see here with the death card, all the flowers are already, oh, they're trying to get me, honey. I thought I was just telling what y'all wanted them to know, right? They still hating. Anyway, so it says the rose crown right here. I just wanted to bring that in to see what that says. It says the rose crown. But here on the illustration, all the flowers that they were willing to give to you have already been tossed at your feet. Anything that they feel that you are worthy of attention for, they have already given you those compliments, and they're refusing to give you any more. Now, the way that we perceive death is a rebirth. So they are not realizing confirmation. They are not realizing how even their hate is encouragement, how even their hate is building up your esteem and your momentum to be able to do whatever the fuck is going to happen next with you. They feel that you are in a very childlike confirmation. They feel that you are in a very childlike, naive state of mind to be outside, to have this girl outside with no shoes on her feet, out in the snow, that she's building a snowman, and that's a candy cane that she's trying to put right there in the snow, in the snowman's nose, that you're not doing things the way that are supposed to be done, that's just how dumbfounded you are to be outside with no coat, to be outside in the snow with no coat, no shoes, no gloves, anything, putting the candy cane in a snowman's nose position. They feel that you, not that you are intentionally being creative. They feel that you are just, I'm steady hearing dumb and stupid, that you just can't seem to get with the program of how to get things done. Here with the snowman, and we're going to take this Seven of Cups, and the fact that the snowman seems to be miserable, that he also possibly, potentially, may be Milton. They feel that nothing that you do will ever be set in order for however it is that you believe in yourself that it's going to happen. They just feel that you are in a state of illusions, that you cannot seem to see the wool that has been pulled over your eyes. So yeah, so that's what they think of you. That's what they feel about your gifts, and they want you to hold on to that, honey. They want you to really hold on and understand that nothing that you feel is gonna come into fruition, will ever come into fruition, because without their order, without their guidance, without their acceptance, they feel like, who the fuck are you? So now let's dive into, and at the bottom, let's dive into what is actually coming about when it comes to your gifts, when it comes to you, when it comes to, your treats and all that stuff, all that good stuff, the world. So Spirit wants you to know that you can have the world. Here with the alarms going off, confirmation. I just had to sit in that for a moment. Spirit wants you to understand that you are going to have the world of whatever it is that you continue to strut and strive for. Do not listen to these fools. But matter of fact, Spirit said, do listen to these fools. Because when your gifts come rolling in, as your gifts are being created, as your gifts come into fruition, honey, remember who said what. Remember who showed you how they felt about you. Remember every time they try to shake and every time they try to stir things up, remember how you felt. Remember how you understood how they tried to make you feel. And Spirit said, you know what? Get a little fugazi on them. Show them a little fraud action. And give the times that they feel that they may be causing depression in you, you don't need to cry in front of them and put on a show. Just simply put a time limit and measurement on what if I was the old me, or if I was the way that they want me to be, how much time would I go into isolation? And allow that isolation period, because that's more time that you have to yourself rather than going back and forth. All right. It's going to tick them off a bit. It's also, at first, it's going to make them feel like they got the best of you. All right. Give them the best you got. Give them the best you got. They wanted you to put on a show, honey. Put on the show, but understand that you are the one who is the head of this orchestra. All right. So, Spirit, what is coming in for the rebels in regards to their gifts? All right, so we have 8 of Pentacles. We just gonna lay them all out. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and I'll be right back. All right, and we are back, and some amazing things happened over here behind the scenes, and I kind of wish that I would have kept you here to bask in this with me, but you are about to. All right, so the space is in between. I was looking at how these cards are much smaller than the other ones, and I was just gonna lay them all tightly next to each other, but Spirit said the in-betweens of these cards are your resting periods, are your resting points that you have been allowed to have to be able to reflect upon yourself, right? But then also, usually we do third wheels, but over here when Spirit gives us the fourth wheel, you're doing right. You're doing right, okay? You got the picture, you got the message, right? So though this is what you went through, this is where you're at, this is where you're going, honey. Okay. At the bottom, Queen of Cups. So now I know a lot of you may resonate with more so the sword energy now, right? But to be able to have went through being the Queen of Cups, to going to the Queen of Swords, to get to find your way back to the Queen of Cups energy. Oh my goodness, you are about to enjoy, and you are about to enjoy, and you are about to bask in so much of you. Look, if you have someone, 1313, if you have someone in your life, whether it's your children or whether it is your husband, your wife, some sense of companion. I don't give a damn if it's a dog. I don't give a damn if it's a fish. I don't give a damn if you feel like, you know what, Spirit is good enough. Whomever. They are going to be so proud of you. Not just because of what you were able to accomplish, but also what it is that you have brought in addition to in their lives. All right, so let's go ahead and Spirit to say we're also going to read it this way, okay? Then compare and contrast. Why not, right? What's relevant, what's irrelevant? But so we're starting off with the star. Spirit has been, and I'm looking at how the star is divided, right? And it's not divided straight down the center of the star, though right here at that point it is divided with the shadow, right? Spirit is saying that they are so proud of you, of the information that you have been keeping to yourself, about what you have had to not just endure, but what it is that you have had it in addition to, right? And that addition that you have gained is your resource. Keeping things private because you knew these people up here, you cannot trust them with what you were creating, because had they known, they would have just fucked the shit. They would have pulled the cloth off of that table, honey. They would have said, you know what? Since I can't be happy, no one can be happy. And they would have just ripped the cloth off the table and said, you know what? Fine, then fuck it. Nobody's eating. Everybody go to bed. And you would have been looking around like, what the hell did I do? So Spirit wants you to understand that regardless of how they felt, how they feel, and how they're about to feel, they're going to feel it. Okay? They're just not going to feel it. And it's not going to match in the way that their image of you was created. So, of course, there's going to be this, due to what we were just saying about the Queen of Cups, there's going to be this energy of who gave that to you, where you get it from. You got a boyfriend, you got a girlfriend, and they, of course, the only reason why they will want to know this information is that so they can do their investigation of, I heard for some of them unconsciously, how the hell can they ruin what you already have going on? Because in their world of reality, they don't feel that what is coming your way, that you're worthy of having. Though they would like to be in touch with someone, in contact with someone who has what you're about to get. The question is, why you? Because they don't want to beg you. They don't want to ask you. They do not want to humble themselves to have access to anything that you got. They rather it be someone else who they know they could easily persuade, that they could easily match up with, that they could easily blackmail even. Child, honey, listen. Whew, okay, anyway, moving forward. So you've had a resting period. You're had the resting period of acknowledging yourself as that you are the star. You are the honey. What is a Christmas tree without that star on top of the Christmas tree? Okay, all right, and you are that. You are that. And I love that came out right there. I love it for you. I love it for you. Confirmation. So then here you have the world, right? You, though they felt that you were just looking out into the abyss, wishing from a starless sky, wishing that you had family, friends, whomever, someone else to help you bring that tree in the house. No, you are actually admiring that tree. Why would you want to kill it? Why would you want to defeat it from its purposes? Right? Its purposes, because, ooh, that's good. Why would you want to defeat it from its purposes? Knowing that that tree, so long as you take care of it, that so much can come from it. It gives you oxygen to breathe. It can help you make it can help you make toilet paper. See, they're trying to project it. They don't want to come in. They don't want to come in. They didn't want you to have this understanding of how many different purposes one thing can serve for you. They wanted you completely in a delusion. But Spirit, on the other hand, said you are going to be gifted so much just based off of many one things that you do. It's going to shower in so many gifts to you. And at the bottom card energy that we started off with is right here with you. And Spirit got you to that place of understanding that only if you encourage yourself, everything else will fall into place, right? So then you have, said come here. So here with the Ace of Wands, the world of ideas that you were able to get. To some, it seemed like a fantasy land. Now, I need to bring this up there, and so you can see it, and so you can see it, and so you can see it, right? We're going to bring this back down here because we're not ready for that yet, but we're going to bring that up there so you can see it. The fantasy land that you thought could only be in your imagination, of the ideas that you've had for yourself, of this confidence that you can live with yourself, the creativity, the courage, the inspiration that they tried to defeat you based upon what they said, how they treated you. Everything is happening in divine order for you, right? But remember, this Ace of Wands comes over here too. Remember, they felt like you were just, though you enjoyed yourself, they ran off someplace else while you cleaned up their mess. Why, hell, you even threw the party and celebration. So I'm hearing that you celebrated others, even though they didn't celebrate you. You supported others, even though when it comes to you, they could care less, seemingly, to support you, right? So with the Ace of Swords, this clarity that Spirit addressed to you up here about remembering the energy that they defined you in relations to them. You have that understanding. You already know. Though there has been certain details up here that was shared with you just here within this message that you may not had knew or been aware of, but now you are able to reflect and you are able to see, and some of it you may still be a little doubtful about depending on where you are on the timeline. You know, you know, right? And you know that though you were not building your life to impress them, though you were not building your life to, or this gift, this abundance, though you were not creating it, and though you are not in a place of basking in it to make them jealous, to make them envious, you know it just comes along with the change, and that it's going to expose them, and that though they felt that they won, though they felt that they won, they're going to realize how much they lost because they had a chance and an opportunity of actually being in the presence longer with such a great heart, with someone of such a freeing spirit that they don't know how to have for themselves. Okay, so you moving fast with this. A freeing spirit that they didn't even realize was a gift to them, not to be abused, but because of your effort, because of the motivation that comes along with you. Your presence is motivation. Mm, mm. And then you got the hangman. So the time that it took for you to realize this is your justice right here with the Ace of Swords. But the time that it took for you to come in terms of realizing this for yourself, like you come to this place of being able to see things so differently. You giving yourself the forgiveness of not knowing what you wish you would have known sooner, but yet at the same time of giving that forgiveness, you have accepted the reasons why you did not know that stuff, the reasons that were the lessons that got you to this place. And with this little elf jumping on Santa Claus' back, the forceful nature that you just are now is so amazing that their ideas that they have in their head and that they had in their head of what your reality would be, you have flipped that up, you turned that thing upside down, and you finally come to this sweet place of accepting you for exactly who you are, and understanding that their beliefs are their beliefs, but your knowing is so powerful, and that you cannot live your life in the state of mind of people pleasing others by making your reality of their creations. Rebel, rebel. If you don't go ahead and go out there and get whatever this is, and let me know, and I support you as well. You know, I purchase something, I will promote whatever, like whatever it is that my time qualifies for, because I can definitely relate to this a lot. So I understand, and I'm gonna give you the understanding of you being selfish about your time, and even realizing intended promises that you've had towards others about what you would have done for them. Sometimes you have to break those promises because your time, your life is now qualifying for more time of you towards you and your investments. It's like, for instance, if you told a friend that y'all was going to go on vacation, but though you did not think that you were going to get pregnant, you did want to have a kid, and it's happening at the perfect time. You know, you wind up getting pregnant at the perfect time that for you. So now you cannot go on that vacation with that friend, but that friend gets mad because you got yourself pregnant. They want you to feel bad about this pregnancy of yours. And I'm speaking literal, and I'm actually speaking, intentionally, physically about what it is that's being birthed into your life. Your gifts, this abundance is what is being birthed into your life. All right, you created this, you brought this here. It's in your mind still, it's in your heart, it's fully embodied of who you are and what your life is now representing. You are not who they remember you to be, though for them, you will always be who they remember you to be, though that makes them delusional because what the image that they remember of you and that they always feel that you are going to be is no longer who you are actually showing that you are. So here with Eight of Pentacles, honey, if you ain't been putting yourself to work, now remember they thought that you was gonna be that you was gonna be all by yourself in this. And for you, you don't mind at all being all by yourself up in this. You are accomplishing so much. You are taking care of your business. You are surrounding yourself with everything that is gonna help you continue to invest in yourself, disregarding the clutter that it may even be causing, because you're seeing everything around you. Be intentional, and everything around you, it has a purpose. So even down to how you are being productive, others may desire you more to be out and be in their face and enjoy time. And even if the time isn't enjoyable, they really they want you to do what they want you to do. All right, so this is how your gift is coming along based upon what they felt you were and weren't doing. They feel that you're someplace being miserable in depression because they're enjoying their times in the absence of you. Yet and still, whether they're sending you invitations or not, it's no matter to you, because you have something. You realize that in order to play, you need to put in the work. In order to enjoy your playtime, you need to be able to put in the work. Why would you want to spend most of your life playing just to come home and be miserable because you remember that you don't have any money to pay your bills, or you remember the chores that you didn't do? This is taking things back to that old school era of clean up before you go outside. And so when you come back in, you can wash your ass and you can enjoy the rest of your evening and go to bed with a peaceful and clear mindset, versus their energy where they're just hopping out of the bed and putting on their best dress and leaving the house messy, and then go outside and enjoy, and then they're coming back in and they ain't got nothing but bitching and complaining to do. So Rebel, keep on doing you, because I'm seeing bags, I'm seeing coins, I'm seeing the attentiveness that you are giving to your gift, to your craft. All right. And if this is a relationship for you, honey, look, honey, use a lucky one, use a lucky one, use a lucky one to have them, and use a lucky one for them to have, okay, and they're a lucky one to have you, okay? And past, future, present, look, and if this is past, honey, I believe you still got it here up in the presence. All right, so here with the Three of Swords, with the Death. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you've dealt with the heartbreak. Things have, what was in their gift or their assumption of what your gift would be, it's been exposed. It's been exposed, and what a gift it was to know, right? To be able to receive the truth versus be to deal with the deception of their lives. Now, I would look at this completely different if this was a gift box and the gift box only had the swords coming out. But notice this gift box, you can see what's inside of it. So the other gift that has been being exposed to you is how they really feel about you and what they really think about you, right? But here with the Seven of Cups, your imagination has done you so much justice. It has catered to you in the most miraculous ways. How you've been able to envision yourself as you perceive for the things that you are sure of. Notice none of these toys are damaged. And though others may have felt that, your creativity was naive and that it was a waste of time, keep on living, keep on dreaming, because your dreams are definitely, thank you for that correction, Spirit, are definitely going to service you in so many ways beyond your imagination. And I also say beyond your imagination because remember, you got Three of Wands right here in your hand, in your hands. I was going to say in my hands, but no, in your hands. Okay? So here with the Page of Swords, no matter how hard the wind blows, no matter what seems to be a defeat to anyone else, you know that everyone is student as well as they have the potential to become the teacher. But for you, you're perfectly fine with being in the role of the student for however long you need to perfect things going forward. Remember, we were talking about liabilities and obligations and your responsibilities. You do not allow your responsibilities, obligations, etc., to feel as if they are hindering you. So you being able to alchemize that that energy of hindrance, I heard engines, okay, that energy of you being able to alchemize that energy of that hindrance of your responsibilities and stuff seeming to be burdensome obligations has done you so much benefits to be able to support everything that is coming your way. So therefore, you being a student, you are now the teacher. Because here with the Three of Wands, and looking over here at this, what they felt of your seven, that you was just going to melt away and you were going to be depressed just looking at, oh my goodness, I have so much to do and I have so much catching up to do and I'm so far behind. Honey, it has been a bittersweet experience for you. This adventure that you are going on, that you are in the presence of now, that you have been in the presence of for longer than you even realize, all your life. I'm looking at these ships right here and how they're made of solid gold. Now, the weight of it, you would assume would make them sink. But because of who you are, the impossible seems to happen for you all the time. So to what they felt about you over here with this Nine of Candles, that you're carrying so much and that you don't even realize how many different balls and how many different this, that's, and the others that you've overlooked and that you've dropped. And you showed life in general what your interests were, and life has been matching you. So for instance, if you gave to a charity $1 million, life is saying they're going to double it and they're going to match you. It don't even match, but it makes sense to life. You give 1 million, they giving 2. You get 7, hell, they say they going to get 21. Love it. So let's just get a little nosy. Let's get a little nosy. Yep, Ice Queen. Ain't you perfect for all that? Ice Queen at the bottom. Ain't you perfect for all that? Spirit said double for your troubles, double for your everything, okay? Got me over here repeating myself, reiterating. And Spirit just wanted to reiterate this to you, okay? All right. So, oh, and I'm just now realizing that third wheel is supposed to be over here. But Spirit said it's been moving. So you went from here up, and I just noticed the card that was in my hand. Maybe you caught it as well. You went from moving and journeying with your dreams through the heartbreak to moving there and being sure of yourself. And I heard somebody say the audacity of you. So the veil has been lifted. The veil is constantly being lifted. Honey, I'm seeing, what are they called? It's called a veil. Duh. All right, the veils that be over the brides, right? Before, you can kiss the bride. Honey, you got layers upon layers upon layers upon layers that, like, it's like the door in Alice in Wonderland. Every time she opened up a door, there was another door every time. And you've been going through that. But for them, you're going to pop out. you going to pop out so hard, and they going to want that veil to be dropped, and they are going to cause that veil to be dropped over their own eyes, all right, because the delusion that they are in. Commitment, community. I heard you. Confirmation. Trusted. All right. Here, manipulation. And then we had a second one for here. Bondage. Legal. And then you have evil eye, baby. All right, down at the bottom. Surprise. Unexpected money. Okay, so Spirit said that you have been living a life, like they said, all your life. You've been battling all your life. You've been going against the wind, right? Remember that going against the wind all your life. Evil eye is a duality. It could be symbolized as protection, or it can be symbolized as deflection. And you had to narrate. Okay, you had to navigate through the both of them by writing your own narrative, even against the narrative that they presented for you. Not Spirit, but these other folks, even through the narrative that they presented for you of what your life will more than likely be and what it should be. Remember, somebody said the audacity of you. So the community, honey, the community is about to have to see you differently, even if they don't want to see you differently. It is about to definitely be presented right there in their face, regardless of whether they get the answers to their questions, regardless of how these answers came to be about. It's yours. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody did come and drop a bag in your lap and say, here. It doesn't matter. The universe realized that you was worthy. The universe acknowledged that you were worthy. And the commitment, and that is why your worthiness is here. Because you've been so committed to discovering you, despite what the community thought. All right, I'm seeing somebody mama here. Somebody mama and somebody auntie who be in competition with them. There might even be a daughter who is trying to make sure that she doesn't come out to be like you, even though she should want to be like you, because I would want to be like you, okay? Even though she should want to be like you, this daughter has a lot of resentment, okay? And this mother is very jealous and envious, and this auntie is very needy. Switch the genders around, it's the same damn way when it works for the men, okay? This son has a lot of resentment. That father has a lot of jealousy, and that uncle, okay? Right. So Spirit said, continue to focus on you. Notice how this person, they're not there. The other people are not there to see how okay that person is being by themselves. They were not there, nor can they be there to notice what that person was envisioning inside of themselves. All right? So honey, look, Spirit said, remember you the star. And remember what we said about the star. The fact that there was so much that you had to keep to yourself. Spirit said, continue. Even once all this stuff come in, continue to keep so much to yourself. Not just from them, but from their sight and from their ability to hear. Just like things that they said and did to you was heard through the chain of command, and it was heard through playing telephone and everything. Let them fuck around and find out the same way, and let them find themselves in just as much, if not more, disbelief than you were. Like, no, my mother would never say that about me. And then you found out she did. Now, the rebel could never possibly live a life like that. The rebel couldn't possibly have developed something like that for themselves. And then they find out that you did. Okay? So, trust that this death had to happen for a reason. Trust that heartbreak, it was all there for a reason. Trust that those losses and that those deceptive moments all assisted you. Like you said, even regardless of how people hate on you, they do not realize how much that gave you the momentum to say, I don't want to live like this no more. I don't want to be around their ass anymore. I love them. But then again, I'm even going to have to question, do I really love them? Because if I love them, wouldn't I respect them? If I loved them, wouldn't I care? If I loved them, wouldn't I, wouldn't all these other things play to be factors in positivity and approval? How can you love someone who treats you in such a way? So I don't care if it's your mama, I don't care if it's your daddy. You may even be discovering that you don't actually love them, but you appreciate them for whatever harm they brought into your life that motivated you for, or for whatever lessons you learned from them that may have actually been good. So Spirit is saying part of your gift is realizing what love is and what love isn't, and stop contradicting yourself, because you're contradicting yourself to the universe by even saying that you love someone but you don't want to be around them. You love someone because you don't want to, but you don't want to be around them based upon who it is that they are when they're with you. Huh. So to this bondage and the manipulation, yeah, they gonna have to live with this shit. They gonna have to stand on what the fuck they said. They gonna have to stand on what the fuck they did, even if they want to act like that never happened, or even if they want to express that never happened, or you don't remember it the way that I remember it, and because you did this, I did that, and all that stuff. Is it worth your time of going through? Is it really that important for you to sit in the dwelling place of waiting for them to catch up to your understanding? Or will you be working on that bunny? Will you continue to work on you and your projects and your stability? All right. So Spirit, this legal card, baby, is showing up for us today. Spirit said everything that you are about to do for yourself going forward, you definitely have the right to do. You definitely have the approval from Spirit and the universe, because they understand that you know the rules, that you know how alchemizing energy plays benefit towards you. You know what not to do. You know what to do. You know how you will be punished, or how you will be pulled back if you choose to step out of line and color outside of those lines that Spirit know that you know not to color outside of. Is there anything else that we want to know? Honey, I love your gift. That's a beautiful gift. I got it for myself, so and you got it for yourself. What is this? The Alliance. All right. Your gift is the fact that you are being put in alignment with everything that is genuinely compatible with you, right? And there's going to be other times that come along when you have betrayal and loss and stuff, but then your time is something else that is being gifted to you, right? Because you know how sweet your time is and how little time we actually have here. And you spent so much of your life learning these lessons that you see back in your past you could have learned sooner. So why would you defeat yourself and betray yourself like that going forward by allowing too much time to something that you could obviously learn sooner? Right? Okay. Okay. Why do we want this one right here? Oh. Baby, and Spirit said the Wheel of Fortune. They've been hearing your prayers. They've been matching your energy. Honey, I've heard down on bended knee and face to the floor at times. When you're walking down those long halls, at every step, every breath that you've been taking. Okay, remember, unexpected money. It's all the way over here. Unexpected money is here and it's over here. Rebels, let's get you out of here so you go ahead and live your life and see what more. It said, confirmation. It's time to hit the reset button. Clear out the old so that room is available for the new to enter. Trust that better things are coming fast. Prepare to move to the next phase of your life. This is your rebirth. Welcome this beautiful, brand new energy. You've got this, baby. Okay. All right. Spirits, baby. All right. And then you have 2002, the void. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around. It's getting better with time. There are plenty of friends to make, so chill out, have fun, and open up. Go outside. So with that go outside part, that does not necessarily mean that you need to drop everything right now and go out and be with nature, although that's a beautiful thing. You can definitely do that. But go outside means you are no longer in this box. You can now live. You are no longer in the societal ways and constructs. You are living outside of that box. So welcome to your gift. Rebels, I love you. I hope that this message was definitely welcomed by you, but we have another one, and it says the hawk with messenger. Spirit is sending you a message. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Rebels, I love and adore you. I do. I'm glad to give you this message, and I'm glad, however it is that you feel that you need to receive this for you. So go be abundant. Go make your life do what it needs to do for you, babies. And always go, Rebels.